In this video, I'm going to show you 12 tools that you can get from Home Depot that are under $50. And these are 12 tools that you will actually use in your woodworking shop, including this viral tool from Ryobi. I'm going to give you my thoughts on it. Let's go. Tool number one is Packout M18 battery storage. Milwaukee has come out with a couple of accessories to their super popular Packout line that attach to the side of some of these larger Packout cases like you see right behind me. What this accessory does is attaches to the side of one of those cases, and you can store any type of M18 battery right on here for easy access. I actually been needing to kind of add some storage for some of my M18 batteries, and so I bought this just because I actually need it in my shop. I think it's a great accessory, and it came in right around $25. The only thing negative I would say about this is I kind of feel like this accessory is not the best quality. Packout's known for their really robust build. This just feels a little bit cheaper to me. When I run my fingers across the back of the ridges of that plastic, you can just kind of tell the quality is not quite as nice as some of these nicer cases, but that is really nitpicky. This is still a really cool accessory, something that I bought with my own money, and I'm actually really excited to use in the shop. Up next, we have a pack of 2 speed squares. This package came with a 7-inch speed square and then a 4.5-inch speed square. This is kind of, your typical almost full-size speed square that I'll probably reach for 90% of the time, but I do like having a smaller option. I'll probably keep this in my Ryobi Link toolbox that I carry a lot to job sites and things like that. Something I want to say about this particular set of tools, you want to be really careful when you're in big box stores to really do your homework to make sure you're getting the best price for a tool. When I was in Home Depot, I saw this exact same square, not the combo pack, just this one square, and it was actually for a higher price point than both of these combined. So just be sure you're doing your research whenever you go to buy any woodworking tool or any tool in general. You just want to make sure you're getting the best deal possible. Next up, I picked up this magnetic catch-all tray from Milwaukee. This is a Packout accessory. I have some Milwaukee Packout up on my wall. I have a lot of my small parts that I hang up there, and this is something that I've actually had my eye on for a while, and I just want something that I can throw all of my small parts like Allen keys on, and it can hold them for me in the middle of projects. A couple months back, I was building a coffee cart for a guy. He was in here helping me, and we were just working on stuff, and we were, switching out drill bits and putting in different driving bits, but we, used the same 3 or 4 over and over and over. Well, I probably wasted an hour on that project being like, where did I put that bit? Where did I put that driver bit? If I had something like this, I could just know whenever I take a bit out of my driver, throw it up here on the magnetic holder, and then it's right there when I need it. Also, let's be honest, I wanted to get this so I could kind of create a game of seeing if I could throw things from across the shop and stick it in this tray because it's magnetic. So, kind of a dual purpose little tool here. Came in right around $8. It's a really cool, just a cool tool, I think. Up next, we have one of these 24-inch Bessy Bar Clamps. Now, there were a lot of different clamp options from Bessy at Home Depot. Most of them were all under $50. This is the size that I chose to go with. When you're getting these bar clamps, there's going to be kind of a couple of options that you have. You're going to have the heavy duty clamp, which is what this is, and you're going to have more of like a regular duty style clamp. Here's the main 2 differences. First, you're going to get a deeper throat. I think this is 3.5 inches of clamping depth that you're getting with the heavy duty. I think it's like 2.5 inches or maybe 2 3/4 that you get with the lighter duty clamps. The other factor you're going to get with the heavy duty clamps is you're getting more clamping pressure. I believe this applies 1,100 pounds of clamping pressure, while the lighter clamps are going to give you 600 pounds of clamping pressure. For your application, you might just want to get the regular duty. I just chose to get the heavy duty here, and I've actually already used these clamps a lot in my shop. Come on, we're woodworkers. We can't have enough clamps, and so that's why I picked this up. Bessy clamps are really, really solid. Hey, quick time out. If you can do me a huge favor and make sure you're subscribed to the channel. In 2026, my goal is to hit 100,000 subscribers. And if you could just hit the subscribe button, that's one subscriber closer to that goal. So thank you so much. It means the world to me, and I really, really appreciate it. All right, let's check out this next tool. Up next, we have a Bosch laser level. Now, full transparency, the one that I saw in the store when I was on this Home Depot shopping trip, it was a 50-foot red laser level. I already had the Bosch 65-foot green laser level. Very similar. They have all the same features and functions, just the color's different, and mine has a little bit more range. But I just want to talk to you for a second about these laser levels. This is an amazing tool for any type of project that involves you installing something on a wall or on a ceiling, because it's going to make sure you get everything lined up perfectly. The reason I bought this laser level was back several months ago. I was putting up a backsplash in my kitchen, and I wanted to make sure that all of those tiles were in a straight line. My grout lines were even. And so I picked up the laser level so I could line up my grout lines all the way across the kitchen. And it is just such a fun tool to use. Since then, I've used this for installing shiplap. I've used this for installing picture frames and picture grids that my wife wants me to hang up in the house. Makes those kind of projects a lot easier. Like I said, anything where you're installing something in a wall, this is going to be a game changer. One thing that makes these laser levels awesome is that they're self-leveling. I think within 4 degrees, positive or negative, this is going to self-level. Some laser levels are not self-leveling. And if it's not self-leveling, what you're gonna have to do is put the laser itself on a level surface, maybe shim it up, and that kind of defeats the purpose of having a laser level. What I do with this, I actually put it on my tripod, what's holding my camera right now, and even if the tripod is not perfectly on a level surface, it's okay, because this is going to self-level. Love this tool. I'm telling you, at a $50 price point, it is worth every penny. You will not regret it if you pick it up. You'll be using it way more than you think. Up next, I picked up 2 Milwaukee 25-foot tape measures for, I believe, like $19 and some change. And once again, I needed a few extra tape measures in my shop. That's why I picked these up. I'm not going to spend a lot of time here. It's pretty much a basic tape measure. It does have that nice feature where you can slow down the tape as it's coming in with your finger on the very bottom, and they even included some nice plastic coating so you don't cut your finger as the tape measure is coming in hot. You won't cut yourself on that fiberglass. I think that's a really cool feature. It is magnetic on the very end, and this is a well-made tape measure. I'm going to send this right past you here, but you can extend this over 10 feet without... There you go, over 10 feet without it bending. I also learned from my buddy Matt Outlaw over at 731 Woodworks that you want to make sure you have the same tape measure if you're using multiple tape measures in your shop or on the same project, because some tape measures, if they have, if they're different brands or come from different factories, they might not be exactly in sync, or their measurements might be off a little bit. And so if that's the case, you might get some inaccuracies in your project, and that can be super frustrating. So it's nice that I have 2 of the exact same tape measure, maybe one's at my miter saw, one's in my toolbox, whatever the case is. So that way I'm making sure I'm getting consistent measurements in my shop. Number 7, the Home Depot bucket. I mean, come on, you've got to have one of these. I think it's like $4. I actually did buy this for a specific reason, though. I am getting ready right now to do my first ever epoxy dining room river table. This is going to be like a 6-gallon epoxy pour, and so I needed a big container to mix up that epoxy in. So I knew I was going to need a nice, clean 5-gallon bucket that's never been used before for that project, so that's why I picked this up. But hey, if you do epoxy work or not, having a Home Depot bucket, it's just, I don't know, it's just fun, it's just cool. Number 8 is the Ryobi Link strap hook. This I actually showed you on the channel before, so I've had this in my shop for a little bit longer, but I believe this came in right around $8. Here's what I love to use these for, is any type of extension cords or air hoses, storage for that. If you have Ryobi Link in your shop, this is great for storing all types of drop cords and hoses. You can, of course, store them right here in the adjustable strap. And also you have this hook right here. What's also really nice is this is not only a Ryobi Link attachment, but this is also a belt clip. So if you're on the go, you can clip this to your belt and have tools or extension cords, really easy access right here. It's a great tool. I use it all the time. I mean, I'm always storing stuff in this little strap hook. I think it's a great feature to have. All right, the next tool from Ryobi, it is the tire inflator. Now, I've been seeing this a ton, at least on my YouTube homepage. Maybe it's just the channels I follow, but I actually talked to a TTI representative on this shopping trip, and when I told him that I was thinking about buying this tool, he was like, oh my goodness, we have been selling so many of those tire inflators. So I was kind of like, okay, it's $25. I'm just going to take it to the shop, test it out, see what I think about it. I already had the 4 amp hour battery, so that was great. And right out of the box, one of the things I noticed is it's just very user friendly. There's only 4 buttons on this thing. You got your power button, you have your plus and minus to set what your target PSI is that you want to inflate your tires to, and then you have a stop start button. It's literally that simple. Now, the other day, I'd actually been filling up my tires, and I had overinflated 2 of my tires because I was just using an air compressor. I didn't really have an accurate gauge for like what the PSI was that I was putting into the tire. And so I actually way overinflated 2 of my tires. So I needed to drain the air out of these tires and then fill them back up to 35 PSI anyways. So I thought, why not do it with this? And I was blown away by how this put both of my tires from 19 PSI to about 35 PSI in right around 2 minutes per tire. It also did that on 1 battery. Didn't even have to recharge the battery in the middle of that. It was just very impressive. It's not overly loud. Definitely, it's quieter than a typical air compressor. And also, it's just super small, super easy to carry in the car. I think I might just be buying one more Ryobi battery and maybe like one of those really small Ryobi chargers, keeping all that in the car. So if myself or my wife ever need to inflate a tire in a pinch, we can use it, use this tire inflator. If you're already on the Ryobi One Plus battery platform, maybe you already have the jigsaw or some other woodworking tools. I know this isn't a woodworking tool, but it's one of those things that since you're already on the battery platform, it might make a really good investment for you. Also, for right at $20, I got a 2-pack of these Fastback Milwaukee knives. Now, these are advertised as a 6-in-1 utility knife. So it has 6 functions. And honestly, I had to sit here and look at this for probably 5 minutes to figure out what the 6 functions are. But here they are. You get obviously the utility knife, which is great. These blades are also reversible, and you can buy replacement blades. This is also just a great utility knife. Right below that, you have a wire stripper. Then if you close your knife, right here, you actually have a bottle opener, which I think is pretty cool, pretty clever idea right there. Then, of course, you pull this out, and you've got your Phillips head screwdriver, reverse it for a flathead screwdriver, and you have a hex, I guess a 1/4-inch hex insert right there. So that's 6 functions in this one little tool. The main reason that I bought this is just because I wanted to have a utility knife, or actually 2 utility knives in the shop, but they're really well made, really high quality. I'm really glad that I picked these up. Up next, we have absolutely the cheapest tool in this video. This came in, I think, at 98 cents, and it is the Milwaukee InkZall Fine Point Marker. Really, the reason I love these, I've actually bought these before, but I picked up another one on this Home Depot trip. The reason I love these is because they can mark very clearly on wet and or dusty and or oily wood. Really where this shines, in my opinion, is when you pick up some pressure treated lumber from the big box store and let's say you take it into your miter saw to break it down. Pressure treated lumber, it's going to be very wet, and normal pencils, mechanical pencils, a lot of times their marks will not show up on that wood. Keeping this next to your miter saw is a major win, and that's exactly where I'm going to keep this marker. Number 12 is this 95-piece bit Milwaukee Packout driver bit set. Now, I was honestly just wanting to pick up some more driver bits just so I kind of have all that I'll need, and this gives you all of the bits that you're going to need. I mean, all the different sizes, all the different adapters. You have a 1/4-inch adapter and a 5/16 inch adapter. It's really great. I will say one thing I kind of wish was true of this case. When I actually bought this tool, I thought that this was a custom pack-out case that had a slot for each individual bit. That's not the case. This is pretty much just like one of the small pack-out, small part organizers, and they just put the bits in this little cheap plastic thing that is meant to be thrown away. And so really these bits are gonna rattle around loose. I actually didn't know that when I purchased this. I was kind of in a hurry and just wasn't paying a lot of attention, but if I was being nitpicky, I would have loved to have spots where each bit goes, so I'd know if I was missing one, but that's just me being super nitpicky. This is still, it's Milwaukee Packout, it's a super high quality case, and I will probably never need a driver bit again. Seriously, those Shockwave driver bits are amazing. I've never had one break on me, and I've used them on dozens and dozens of projects. So there you have it. Let me know in the comments which tool you think would be most useful and maybe which tool you think was maybe not that useful. I'd love to know your thoughts, and also if I missed some tools that you've used and loved in your shop, also let me know down in the comments because I'm always looking to review new tools on the channel. Hey, if you like this video, be sure to check out one of these two videos. I can't wait to see you right over here.